welcome to the show, The Total You. I am your hostess, Evangelist Faris Wallace, and we're coming under the direction of Abundant Faith Cathedral in Detroit. We're under the direction of Bishop Joel T. Wallace, who is the pastor. Our presentation is about your mind, body, soul, and spirit, so I'm asking, sit back and enjoy this broadcast. To The Total You. If you've been listening, I have been talking about being a virtuous woman. Yes, you have to tune in for the first segment in order to get what we're talking about in the second segment. But we came in talking about a virtuous woman. We came from Proverbs, right? 31. It says, who can find a virtuous woman, for the price is far above rubies. In the last segment, we gave the view of a man and how he felt a virtuous woman should be. And we talked about the generation that is now. And so today I have two now generation guests. And we're going to be talking about a virtuous woman. So introduce yourself for us, please.
I am Taylor.
How old are you?
I'm 16 years old, freshly 16.
Okay.
And
that's it?
Yeah.
Okay, and you are?
Okay, my name is Leah. I'm 18 years old.
Okay, so I got a 16-year-old and an 18-year-old. And if I were to ask you, what do you believe the Bible is saying when they say a virtuous woman? What would you come up with?
Godly woman.
A godly woman.
That believe in God and yeah.
A godly woman. Okay.
Yeah.
What else?
A woman.
How do you know she's a godly woman? Yeah. Okay. You.
I think a virtuous woman is someone who carries herself with dignity. I don't know if you want me to answer your question for you. I can ignite something, but I think a woman's a godly woman when they prioritize self-respect. Obviously, they pray, and you can sometimes feel it on their spirit. They're humble, and they're caring and loving. So they embody the fruits of the Spirit. Also, just, welcoming and have a virtuous appeal of them.
Okay, so Taylor, a woman who is virtuous, does she act like a woman who is out in the world per se?
No.
So that would be one way of telling the difference, right?
Yes.
So would a virtuous woman, okay, I'm going to say it, would she go out and just party and drink and then throw up a dress and keep on, would she do stuff like that?
No.
Okay. So that's what we're looking for, a virtuous woman. So how do you find a virtuous woman like you guys? How do you find one?
I don't know. You gotta ask God. I'm hard to find.
Okay.
No, but honestly, I think asking God is one reliable not one reliable resource. He is a reliable resource to seek out virtuous women, especially when it comes to like dating, or even if you just want a friend. God will lead you towards them environments. I know a lot of times as Christians, people are like, I want to stay out of the party scene, and so I don't want to leave out the house, and you don't go out the house, period. Socializing is socializing. You need to socialize with God just like you socialize with work. So, you spread the word by being around people.
Okay,
right?
So you're saying a virtuous woman or a young generation, a young lady who is virtuous, is going to set limits.
Yeah.
There are things she can do.
Right.
And there are things she will not do.
Right.
So she's not going to go out and drink till she gets drunk and stand up on the table and start dancing
No.
and stripping.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Okay. So what else?
Um,
Okay, she set limits.
Right.
But who told her about these limits? Who taught you how to be a virtuous young lady?
God.
God. Okay, so how did you find out?
When I tried to put myself in situations where, I try to involve myself in situations I shouldn't be involved in, and
Okay.
I remind myself that, you're not supposed to do this, and
Okay.
you don't have to do that, and you gotta set boundaries, and
Okay.
you have to learn how to say no, and just remove yourself from whatever that is,
Okay.
just to be good, not do bad things.
Okay, so your limits, your guideline is the word.
Yes.
So it's like, okay, God, am I supposed to be doing this? Am I supposed to be doing? So you're asking guidance from the word,
Yeah.
from God. So a virtuous woman is led by the word. Okay, I got you. Okay. So how do you get to be a virtuous young lady?
Honestly, my mom. My
Okay.
mom was my example of how to live and, live respectably, live as
Okay.
a woman of God. She taught me, how to protect yourself.
Okay.
Not only from the world, from rumors,
Okay.
a lot of that can have a big, effect on a young lady's mind and
Okay.
how she carries herself. So just, being confident
Okay.
and self-love and
Okay.
self-preservation.
Okay.
Making sure at the end of the day you're keeping your self-value and know your worth and how you present yourself, presenting a brand towards somebody. And these are things that I eventually learned, but she ignited the start of just how to think about yourself,
Okay.
and ultimately carry yourself so that people can have
respect for you. All
right.
Okay, but the thing is, okay, wait a minute. Did they sit down and just say, I want you to do this, and I want you to do this, and I want you to do this, and I don't want you to do that? Did they ever come out and say that?
No.
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 Oh, okay. So it was more of an example
Right.
that they were presenting to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so mom, aunt, aunties, grandmothers, they kind of presented an example so you could follow, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but was it hard? Because wait a minute, you're going out into the world, and where you're going, your parents have never been. Your mother has never been into a school where you got women approaching women. Okay, so it's like, wait a minute, how do you present a virtuous attitude of a person, a woman, when nobody's ever taught you how to, like, your mom could teach you certain things,
Mm-hmm.
but you still have got to, I got to step out in this thing too.
Mhm.
I got to do this on my own.
Yeah.
Whoa, hard.
Mhm.
That's a hard thing. I never, to me, it was like, okay, how do I say no? Like you were saying, how do I learn to say no and still try to be friends with somebody I know is just acting just downright ugly?
Mm-hmm.
How do you tell them what you're doing is just out of this world, cuckoo backwards?
Mm-hmm.
And still be, still tell them, look, I'm going to show you. I mean, y'all tell me how you interact with all the, because that's hard. Come on, tell me.
You want to go first?
Oh yeah. I just tell them straight up sometimes.
Okay.
Some people don't like to hear the truth of things, but sometimes you have to do it. But just if you want to help them out.
Okay.
So, like, telling them, and that's not right, and I want you to do better, because I'm trying to do better, and we both can grow to do better with each other.
Okay.
So really just trying to help them and help yourself at the same time, and let them know that maybe growing with each other and try to be better is the best way possible. But sometimes somebody don't want to go down that road. You just leave them where they at. But they'll start rethinking what you're saying, and they'll change and be like, text you or call back, like whatever. Just try to come to you and be like, hey, I've been thinking about what you said, and I'm ready to be better and feel better, do better, make better decisions. So like that.
Just coming straight out and tell them, look, you're on the wrong track. Straighten up. Okay. And what about you?
Well, what you said on, how my mom presented herself to me as an example, a lot of times, as you said, it wasn't really directly, but she gave me stories, and through those stories I related, or like, I've been through that, but it just wasn't the same way.
Okay.
So just like in the Bible, you find ways on how to live your life based off what they went been through. That's how I did with my mom, and I was like, okay, so I can relate, because we both felt the same, even we haven't been through the exact same situation. And as Taylor said, I tell them outright too. I actually have a few examples of that. There was this guy friend who we were talking, but it wasn't as if we were talking as dating, because I had known him since we were kids, and it was new to me, that the fact that he liked me. So I'm, talking to him. I'm calling him fam. I'm like, hey, family, how you doing? And then all of a sudden he's like, oh, you look cute in this picture, or whatever. And then he basically like, do you want to talk with me? That's not how he said it. But one, I'm a very I need you to know what you want. I need you to be upfront with it. Like, I don't like for people to draw back or feel shy, because then it's kind of like a turn off for me. I'm like, if you know you want me, I need you to claim it, So he was just like, oh, do you want to talk with me? And I'm just like, no, honestly, that ruined the vibe. And I knew that he felt some type of way of me saying him confessing his feelings was ruining it for me. But I'm like, we had established this place as friends where I finally felt comfortable, you weren't expecting something from me. And then eventually we ended up going on a date. His mom was there, his cousin was there, my mom was there. So it was more like a family get together. But it was bowling. It was just a time for us to get outside of, texting on the phone, because I'm not really a phone person. And then at that time he was trying to touch on me. I was like, oh, get back. Yeah. But it made me realize, okay, I need to take a step back, because it's obvious that you're not able to be who I need you to be. Yeah, you're not able to be the friend I want you to be without everything else. It's turning into lust and not friendship and love, what I need right now. So I was talking to him mutually, but eventually I just cut it off. And then later on he ended up now he's going all over doing ministry. And doing Christian rap and everything. So honestly, I think that was a separation he needed. Because had we continued to spoke and everything, it could have led to something else. And now I've learned, there's two guy friends now that I had previously from middle school. And I set the boundary right away. Once now sometimes I don't realize that they're liking me, and I don't want to make it awkward. It's just oh, I don't date. And then they're like, girl, I wasn't thinking of dating you. So I wait for the opportunity, and then I'm like, hey, I don't date. Explain my reason why. You either you take it or not. Not like that. I'm like, that's it. I'm not planning on changing that for the future, and not for you. I wouldn't want you to wait on me, and at the end of the day, I'll prioritize your feelings. I won't be selfish. So if you feel oh, you're falling for me, or you can't talk to me unless it's coming with these feelings, and you can't control them, we don't have to we don't have to talk. And that's how I lay it down on the table. Some people have tried to go past that, and that's when you get blocked. We don't play those games.
Stop. Talk to the hand. But see, that's something you learned, and you dealt with. You had to develop your own way of dealing with this.
Yeah.
Okay, but my thing is, what if you didn't have that? What if you were, like you were saying, you've got friends who haven't, they act ugly or unseemly. And you have to step in and tell them, look, you're going in the wrong direction. But that's a heavy burden for you as a young person on the same level. So do you think there should be more adults doing that rather than the children doing that?
Honestly, yes. Because I feel like, yes, friends can help, but I feel like an adult, a grown up, can help even more than a child can, because sometimes children don't know what they're doing or probably won't get the best advice that an adult could.
Okay.
And a parent should always just, what their child is doing all the time. So, like, a mother or dad should always try to, like, help their child to be better, feel better, and do better, and make better decisions than the child having a lot of friends that's trying to help them, but the child that's doing what they want to do and not listen to their friends, that's not the support they really actually needed from. They needed from their parent.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay. When you mentioned that, we thought about being a virtuous woman. Does a virtuous woman actually, when we were looking at the scripture, her children call her blessed? Okay. So as a virtuous woman, if you had a mother who was just like you, would you call her blessed?
Yes, I would.
Okay, in the sense of this, if she was doing things that you as a teenager would do, would you still call her a virtuous woman? I see your head going this way, Taylor. Go ahead, tell me.
No, I wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't? Why?
Just because, like, the thing that a teenager evolved themselves around and being exposed to is not really, like, blessed or godly.
Okay.
So I wouldn't think that they would call their mother, younger self, teenage self blessed, but a little bit of, like, lukewarm. I don't know.
But okay, as a virtuous woman, a mother would be, a virtuous woman would train her child.
Yeah.
So a virtuous woman wouldn't train her child to do the things in the world. And she wouldn't do the things in the world. So a virtuous woman, like you're saying, it's going to be one who's going to be able to, oh, I need your advice, rather than you doing the same things I'm doing. So, quote, I'm just putting it out there. If you needed help, where would you go?
You, Bishop, my mom, my sister. I finally got to the point where I feel like I can talk to her now.
Okay.
We've had an open conversation, and I told her about my expectations moving forward, because it's hard, like, going from a child and then you adore everybody and you see everybody is perfect and everything, and then you eventually, and it's not even just like them reprimanding you, because obviously you're a kid, you get it from your mother all the time. It's like at a certain point I felt like that was love, but then it was just like, certain things they do, the certain mistakes they made, and I was like, I never expected that from you. And now you expect me to be better than you. And you're the one who told me, do this.
Wait a minute. There it goes. Wait a minute. As a virtuous woman trying to train up another virtuous woman, you've got to be the example, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, and then you're looking at that virtuous woman and she's not as virtuous as you thought she was.
Right.
Okay. So you're now looking at people a different way. You're looking through the eyes of what? The word. Because you're not judging people based on what they are or what they seem like, but you're basing it on what the word says a virtuous woman should be.
Right.
Okay, so now you've got all these people that you're, quote unquote, relying on to teach you how to be a virtuous woman. So who do you look for? What kind of person are you looking for to help you be a virtuous woman? know I'm just dishing it out there to her. Come on.
I can't really say a family member,
Okay.
but I can say you, First Lady. I feel like you are a woman that can help me.
Okay.
Or any young woman to be I don't know how to say the words.
Virtuous?
Virtuous woman, yes. Yes, I feel like you will be that leader woman to help a young girl or woman to be a virtuous woman. I feel like you're a virtuous woman. I look at you as a virtuous woman. And yeah, like
Okay, watch this. Even though I get up on you and I chastise you and I say, I don't like you in that. Wait, or I take off your cap. Okay. And so even though I tell you those things, so you don't get mad at me.
I really don't, because I know that you want me. I know you want to see. I don't know how to put it. I know you want to see me better.
Okay.
I know you want me different. I know you want me to be good and be a virtuous woman like how you are.
Okay.
So I can't be mad, but I can't appreciate everything that you have done for me, because I know that without you, I wouldn't really just. Yeah.
All right. And you? Who would you look to besides your mom?
I mean, like she said, obviously you. But as far as what I would look for, in a virtuous woman, I would look for someone who is open and honest.
Okay.
Honestly, because as you said, like, we're not perfect, and for a virtuous woman to be trying to train a virtuous woman, I want to feel like I can depend on you to tell me the good, the bad, the uglies.
Okay.
To tell me like, okay, you might not always get this right, but we're going to keep pushing forward, because virtue is of a standard.
Okay.
So we're aiming to, be at this certain standard.
I like that.
Yeah.
We're aiming toward that.
Yeah. So I think that's what I would look for, is honestly just someone who's honest, who's who continues to go through the path, despite the setbacks, and keep pushing strong. So strong-willed and confident.
Okay.
And she carries herself in a dignified way.
Okay.
Beautiful soul, spirit.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I look for. And obviously God above all, who just put God. That's what I look for.
Yeah.
We're learning about this virtuous woman. But I want us, as your generation, I want you to be supported in that effort. Like you said, it's a goal that you're trying to attain. I don't want you to ever feel like you can't make it. And that's how can we, as this older generation, help you as the younger generation?
By being a standard.
Just by being a standard, by being that written epistle that's read and known of all men, right?
Right.
Okay, so I've got to walk up right before you start looking at me sideways.
I don't know. I think there are levels to it. I think it depends on the person, because what you might approach me with that I'll be able to receive might not what she can be approached with.
Right, okay.
So I think it's ultimately learning the youth and being, like I said, open, or being a safe space for youth people in general. So that way you somebody can come to you, because we acknowledge that everybody doesn't have a mom, but not everybody searches for a mom figure outside of their home. So it's like, if they don't have it at home, then they're like, oh, well, I'm not going to, get
to that
right
point.
So you have to feel like a motherly figure for somebody, or embody the, traits I feel.
I guess maybe I'm looking at, are there classes to show people, to show your generation how to become a virtuous woman?
I'm sure they could be. Yeah. Wink, wink, First Lady.
Okay, but would the young people, would your generation go to those classes? Would they listen? Like you said, each person has to be approached differently because they react differently.
Mm-hmm.
So would they go to a class that per se, I'm going to say it like this. I got taught in high school certain things I had to do. I even taught my brothers, look, you don't put me on the outside of the curb. You stay on the outside of the curb in case some water gets splashed up, because I'm not going to you don't want me there. And you're going to open up the doors for me because I'm the woman and you're supposed to take care of me. Open up the car doors, make sure if I got packages, you carry my packages, stuff like that, because I want you to respect me. But do you, how do you teach? I mean, do you have classes like this? Can you, I'm sorry. I want to know.
No, I don't.
I do. I actually was in a class like this, Pretty Brown Girls.
Okay.
And there's I know there's multiple. I think it's like another Black student union, like women empowering type of club. But Pretty Brown Girls really, I loved it because not only did they create a safe space, but it was relevant. We talked about relevant topics and, how it made it feel, how, we got past it. So it was less about, this happening in your life, so you have to do this, or because, it wasn't a direct attack. It was more like, let's understand each other. Where I'm presenting this information to you. Now, here are the steps that follows. If you can't do this, there are other options, The
reason I said, you brought back a memory to me. When I was young, I used to, we had these cotillion balls.
Oh, I love cotillion.
And what happened was the young women had to go in groups, and we had to learn etiquettes. We had to learn how to talk, walk, act, and speak right, thing. And then we graduated, and that's when we had the cotillion ball, and we were presented to society as a young lady. And when you said that, I'm like, maybe that's what the Pretty Brown Girls is about. Getting back to that point where we're being taught on, like you say, that safe space where the young youth got together and they talked about things that were relevant to them and how to deal with it. Ooh, I love my virtuous women. I thank my young ladies for joining me today, talking about virtuous women and how to become virtuous women in this day and time, because this is where they're at. And I want them to understand that if they don't start this program with the youth, and get somebody else on board to help them, support them, we're willing to be there for you, all right? We're willing to help you start being that light in the midst of all the stuff that's going on in your area, so we can become that virtuous woman. All right? I thank you. Until the next time. Bye-bye. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the presentations and the broadcast. I hope you avail yourself of all the information that was given. Remember to continue to tune in at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. here on RIC TV.